The snowfall is already starting to melt.
What a relief.
The spirits are probably celebrating the naming of a new alm. They're welcoming us.
Great. Wonderful. Can we get out of the cold already?
Remind me who it was who said they wanted to make a bunch of snowmen earlier?
I never dwell on the past. Focus on the now, Val.
And speaking of the here and now, we should discuss our plan. If we follow the falls, we'll reach a plateau. Rata Harbor is just beyond that.
Harbor? As in Ocean Harbor? I always wanted a chance to see the sea.
The ships there will take us to Illistana, capital of the deep.
I hear Illistana is the largest city in the world.
That's where we'll meet up with the Alm of Water. Whoever they are, I hope they're ready for us.
Remember, we're not just picking up an alm in Illistana.
It's also where we will request the rites of initiation.
It's still a long way to get to the Tree of Mana. But the Queen of Illistana is attentive to the needs of the alms. She will pray for our safe passage.
Oh, wow. Then we barely even set foot out the door, it seems.
Something wrong?
Look.
That thing is frozen solid. Yep, nothing more than a block of ice. Wait. It's melting, see? Oh!
Are you okay? You were frozen solid a second ago.
Did that plant thing drop something back there?
Yeah, it looks like a diary, maybe?
Well, are you gonna read it or what?
Karina, I can't just...
Okay, so this is very interesting. A little bit more complicated than Monarch. It's giving me the opportunity to choose what type of powers I'm going to be wielding. I could keep the default that it comes with, or I could choose. And you could tell which character that it's on, because if you go R1, R2, R3, you switch at the top at that little circle. And each of them has this right here. So let me see. Do I want to keep the default, which is already unlocked? And it says Ruin Knight. And let's see what all goes under Ruin Knight. So this goes under Ruin Knight. Hold this to swing a great sword and now move nearby enemies. The sword is so heavy. Also connected to this, wind and build and what? Okay, so unlocking this under this one allows me to give someone within my party a wind attack. So let's say the enemy is strong and I need people who only know how to use wind, but my other characters don't know how to use wind. I could give wind to them in order to use. That sounds good. Let's see what this one is. Ah, this is kind of D&D. Like a defense class. Wield a shield and a lance. See what comes with it. Yeah, this reminds me of D&D, especially when you're fighting bosses. The stronger the shield power, the stronger the resistance versus damage. Okay, so this one grants allies water damage, where this one grants them wind. Raise defense by 20% when Val shield is fortified. That's good. What does this one do? Raise attack by... So good. Shockwave. Chance of drawing an enemy's attention. I'm not sure if I to imbue an ally with elemental, so he has wind and fire. But this one doesn't say imbue shockwave with allies, it just says as a distraction. So these aren't going to be a lot because these aren't probably in the game itself and not part of the demo. These are all probably part of the demo. And I don't know if I could unlock this. I can, okay. So these two are part of the demo, and this other stuff might not be part of the demo. Yeah, plot expansion item needed. Okay, so that's not part of the demo. So for this one, I'm just gonna go with defense. That's fine. Oh, we got a little animated show. That's pretty badass.
Is this my new power?
Yes, it is. Alright, so for the sake of just him and him alone, I'll keep him different. Let's see what hers is. I might keep hers the same because she might be the mage. Actually, no. The other two, this one is unlocked for him. I mean for her. Which means an enigmatic class of ability that triggers extra effect when critical hits. With the triple knives, they punish their foes. Oh, yeah, definitely keeping that. If I'm going defense, someone has to be the person that throws knives. Alright, so the second person might be the one I have to choose. Status... status effect on enemies and lower their status with a wave of his fans. Devoted observers of the celestial bodies. Increase their teammates' critical... That's great and all, but I need everyone to contribute in combat. Well, let me see if she does any physical damage attack. Okay, so her sole purpose in this combat is to raise everyone's critical abilities and status. Let me see what else this does during combat. Okay, so this is wind damage. Okay, so she already had wind damage, so there was no need for... Okay, I think this might be a good idea. Okay, so we have someone that throws knives, repeatedly slashing enemy, and our main boy, he does powerful damage attack, defense. He does defense and he does attack as well. So she does mainly attack, he does defend and attack, and healer and buffer. Maybe, yeah, maybe I'll do that. Because the first one doesn't seem all that great. She's attacking as well, but I'll need a buffer. Just this alone is better than Monarch. I haven't even played the game yet.
Power of the spirits.
Granted, Monarch has many things interesting, especially its open video, but just this alone, in my opinion, is better than Monarch. Alright. Oh really? Change it in the fly from the main menu? That's even better than I thought. Okay.
I think he can, as long as you give it back to him next time we cross paths. Come on.
Wait, why is she the one I'm running with? Hold on. Oh, is she the main? Oh, strategy. Okay. Confirm. Or maybe for the story purpose, she's just a person in charge first. I can't be right.
I got this.
Oh yeah. Oh, that is beautiful.
I'll deal with this.
That is beautiful. It is quick too. What does the up button do?
I got this.
Oh, up and down
Time
button
to
switch
get to
out.
work.
That's,
Karina taking over.
can she run? Yes, she is. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay, so this is dash. Circle is dash on the PlayStation controller.
I got
Down
this.
and up are both switching characters. X is jump. Square is slash. It has combos. Let's see if I could do aerial combos. Yes, I can. Double jump.
I'll deal with this.
For him, not so much.
I got this. Take this. Take this.
Yeah, so
Karina taking over.
maybe I'm mistaken. Yeah, I am mistaken. The combos only come when you're on the ground. Yep. Okay. Let's see. What does R1 do? R1 brings up a menu for sweets and stuff you could eat. I'm not going to use any of those. I might need them. L1 brings up something that looks like a star. Let me press triangle to see what that does. Probably wasted something. Oh no, Actually looks like a guide point to tell you where you gotta go. Directions. Interesting. Yeah, it is. It's like a waypoint. Magical waypoint to tell you where to go. Okay. Our L2. What does L2 do? L2 does nothing. What does R2 do? R2 does nothing. R3. L3. Okay. I think I got it.
That was hardly worth the energy.
It's moving a little fast, huh?
This is a good time to try out the powers of the Luna Globe.
Okay, so there's air dash. Excellent.
Carry on from here. Slow down. Watch your step here. Grizzly. Taking this. Let me see. This might be useful.
The sky sure is bright. I love this kind of weather.
Especially after leaving.
Okay, so normal attack is square. I got that. Special is triangle. Very D&D like. Jump, I already did that. Dodge. Vessel, use of vessel, know that. Class strike. Okay. That's what L2 does, is class strike. Okay. Okay, so left and right are item ring menu, while up and down is switching characters. Yep. 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 Oh, there's lock on as well. Okay. Reset camera. Okay. Very
In a
good.
blizzard, anything would be better.
Don't you feel more energetic too, though? Amazing what clear skies can do.
Sounds like Ramco grazing you.
Just what I need. Come at me! One more. Take this! Feeling good.
Time to get to work.
I'm on it. That all you got? Go, Ramco. Anybody need
Oh, okay, so her special is her dragon. That's pretty sweet. Can I jump on him? Okay. It'd be sweet if I could fly. I like the fact that you could switch out with characters at any time. Especially if your health is down, you could switch from a character whose health is pretty much up.
taking this? There's an ominous breeze a-blowing. Taking this.
Look what the cat's done.
I can still fight.
Thank you, mighty Solgar.
down. Yes! Looks like I'm in luck, huh?
Is it just me, or is this area teeming with monsters?
After we defeat the first wave of attacks, we should be ready for more enemies rushing in from the shadows. These monsters fight in packs.
Thanks, Captain Obvious. I can tell there are more out there.
Hina, stand back, okay? You don't want to get caught up in the fray.
Leave the healing to me, but don't do anything too reckless.
I'll back you up. Arena taken over.
Salamando! You're mine!
Want some more? Stop me!
I'll deal with this. Keep them coming. Thanks.
I can still
Buckle up. It's useless to run. On it.
I got this. Bullseye!
Buckle up.
Arena taken over.
Help multiply.
Oh,
I'll
we're
deal
just
with
getting started. I'll carry on from here.
All right.
Salamando!
That's the last.
Okay.
Go get it.
Bullseye! Appreciate it.
Multiply. That's the last of them.
Well, that wasn't so bad. Now that Marley's here, I can take a break.
A Soul Guard has to look after the Alms, but it helps that you can handle yourselves in a fight. Thanks for the assistance.
Way to make me feel guilty for slacking off, Val. Okay, fine, I'll keep fighting. Just stop smiling at me like that.
We're nearly to Fallow Step. Come on.
Those monsters just kept coming, huh?
There are bound to be more. Or encounters like that in the future. Be prepared for an attack at any moment. That's the best way to stay sharp.
Doesn't hurt to have a good stock of items and gear either.
Karina taking over.
I'll deal with this. I can help you. Here.
I'll carry on from here. Feel that warmth.
Like waking up from hibernation after a long, cold winter.
Beyond the steppe is Rata Harbor, but something's off. Milpa is away, it seems.
Who is Milpa? A friend of yours?
He owns this ranch. He taught me swordsmanship when I first arrived in Illistana. He's quite gifted with a blade. And I had hoped to ask him for some assistance before we crossed the steppe.
I didn't know you used to live in Illistana, Morley.
Well, with Etern gone, I was left alone. Thankfully, I was taken in by someone who lives in Illistana. I've stayed in touch with him ever since. It was through my newfound guardian that I was introduced to Milpa.
Huh. Guess everyone's got a story, don't they? Life's full of surprises.
I am glad to know at least one of us has been to Illistana before.
I should be able to keep us from getting lost once we reach the city. If Milpa is out, then... I suppose we'll just have to continue on foot.
That's some ranch.
Does Milpa take care of this place all on his own?
He does.
Wow, that's gotta be a lot of work.
This Milpa sounds like a pretty impressive person if you ask me.
Time to get to work. Nice. Got it.
I'll carry on from here.
I'm on it. Ugh. Taking this. Oh, yeah!
I got this.
Time to get to work.
Karina taking over.
I got this. Got some syrup. Grizzly!
I'll deal with this. taking this. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do.
Oh, this view is magnificent.
I don't see the Picools.
Morley, I see you've returned.
Whoa! What is this thing? Is it a dog? A bear?
Don't fret. This little one won't harm you.
It's been a while, Milpa.
Good to see you with companions this time. This is assuming you aren't their hired blade.
These are my friends.
Friends? I see. Gone is the dour look you sported when we last met. May I ask what caused this change of heart?
I was appointed the Alm of the Moon upon visiting Aetern.
Alm of the Moon, is it? Your devotion to the past and reverence for the power of time must have rekindled the elemental spirits. Now you have been entrusted with the future. I am proud of you, Morley. Niccolo and I have long been wanting something like this for you.
Thank you, Milpa.
Come, we cannot have the alms wasting precious days on a long trek. Time waits for no one, nor should it. You must be off to the Mana Tree to create a new age for us all.
Whoa!
You're friendly too, right?
These used to be wild Picools. Milpa cares for them. Don't worry, they're tame. We should be able to traverse the steppe in no time on Picools. Get on.
Take this. Whenever you need a ride, you can summon the Picools with that bell. May the blessings of Mana be with you on your journey.
We are in your debt. Take care, Milpa. Hup!
Shall we get going?
We should stick with the group. Let's go. Hold on tight, Hina.
Oh, I will! I cannot describe how wonderful it felt to ride across the vast countryside on the back of that Picool, together with Val on our way to the Tree of Mana. I wished that we could continue our exhilarating adventure forever and ever. If only it could be. Now and for always.
It was heartening to see Milpa again after so long. The harbor isn't far if we take the Picools.
They're so fast. I think I've already got the hang of riding them, though.
Onward through the steppe and Rata Harbor beyond!
Yeah! Keep it up! Yeah! Keep it up!
This game looks beautiful.
Yeah, it's a pretty good game. It's pretty good.
Keep it up.
Its anime intro for its for the game isn't really that good, but its menu system and gears with regards to what path you take is pretty damn good.
Is it Japanese?
I love Karina's curiosity.
Yes, it's a
Makes the journey
Japanese
interesting for everyone.
game.
She did say she always wanted to travel.
The visuals are very pleasing.
This trip to the Mana Tree is way more fun than I thought it would be. Hina and me crossing the steppe together. If only we could do this for the rest of our days. What a dream.
We're in your debt. We're in your debt.
There seemed to be not a way to get off the Pakul though. I'm trying to get off the Pakul to get into combat. I don't think I'm able to. I think it's part of the story that you're not supposed to get off the Pakul. It doesn't really make sense though. Should be able to get off the Pakul.
Grinning, squinting face, you are forced to ride it forever now.
Yeah. Seems that way. Very strange. I think it's just part of the demo. I'm forced to stay on the Pakul and not get off the Pakul until until it's time to summon the beckoning bell. So until I
I've made this journey 1,000 times at this point,
Yeah.
and yet, everything seems so much greener than it used to.
I bet it's your attitude adjustment that's doing the trick. Your important mission from the Moon Elemental is making you see the world through fresh eyes.
Huh. Perhaps. I do have a duty now as the Alm of the Moon.
Let's ride that boy to the next cutscene.
What was that weird bell all about? You're telling me that Picools will really show up if we ring it?
Picools have very acute hearing, and Mulpas train them well.
Sounds great. The Cools will always be welcome in this convoy.
I should have paid more attention to how an Alm is supposed to act.
Oh, they taught us how to be a good alm back in Tiania. Alms must follow a healthy lifestyle. Early to bed, early to rise, stuff like that.
That's been my practice this whole time. I guess I'm doing okay in my role already.
You need to learn how to cut loose, Morley.
Huh. I've never seen any of these flowers before.
They're so pretty, and so many blossoms.
Can we make a pit stop? I want to pick some.
Keep it up.
We're lucky we had the Picools to take us so far. How long would the walk take, I wonder?
My feet are thankful for the pickles.
Whoa-ho!
That ship can take us across the sea to the capital of the deep.
I want to get closer and take a good look.
Master Pasar!
Are you injured,
sir?
Hey, you!
Karina almost tripped over some guy earlier, right?
It was barely a stumble and no one was hurt. I doubt it'll come to anything. Well, I'd like to look around the town before we go.
Ooh, me too. I want to talk to the townsfolk.
Sure. Let's take a break in Rata for now. Yes!
Wow, those blue leaves are stunning. Dang, these Japanese folks sure know how to play with colors.
It's gone. Oh, no, no, no.
Is something amiss, Master Pasor?
Ah! The key! It's gone! Aha! Thief! You must have made off with it when you attacked me so viciously earlier.
Who, me? A thief? Are you joking?
Produce the key this instant!
But I didn't steal your key.
If you relent now, I will ensure that your sentence is light.
Get the fur out of your ears. I said I didn't steal anything. Go bother someone else with your temper tantrum.
Oh no, Karina seems to have picked a fight with the wrong individual.
You know that guy?
That's Pasar. one of Illistana's most notoriously ambitious magistrates. Rumor has it he has his sights set on the throne. In any case, he'd have no trouble pinning a petty crime on an innocent bystander.
So why didn't you tell her that before?
This escalates into something we can't handle.
When she pushed him over, oh, it makes no big deal. He's gonna fall on the floor. It's no big deal. Should have told her that before.
Right?
FKN cat guy, he just wants to make trouble.
Hey there! Welcome. What'll it be? You have a good eye. Come again.
Stop this! Karina isn't a thief. You've got the wrong person.
And who might you be? An accomplice to this vile criminal?
Let me be perfectly clear. She stole nothing from you.
Fine! If you reprobates will not surrender the key, you can go looking for it. This girl will be held under suspicion of theft until you produce my effects. Understood? If you cannot find my purloined property, you and your band of hooligans will be tossed overboard the Prim. Perhaps the fishes of the deep will be more lenient towards larceny.
Don't worry, okay? I'll find it. I promise.
How? We don't have a clue where that jerk dropped his key. What if you can't find it, huh? Then we'll all get keel-hauled. We can still make a break for it, you know. Just say the word.
You're coming with us. No thieving newcomer will ever escape justice.
I may be a newcomer, but I'm no thief, you morons. You gotta believe me.
Believe you? Ha! Who would trust such a rowdy delinquent?
We believe you, Karina!
Okay.
Guess I gotta search the town. There's no way Karina stole from that blowhard. Just you wait. I'll find that key. It's gotta be somewhere in town. I'll ask around and see if anyone has a lead. I can handle this.
Huh? Hey there! Okay.
Taking this? A man named Passar asked us to search for something of his. Have you seen a missing key anywhere?
I don't know about a key, but this case got sent here by mistake. It looks like one of the magistrate's boxes. Maybe what you're looking for is in there.
Do you mind if I check inside?
Of course, of course.
Aha! There it is!
Hold your horses. Why give it back when you can have a little fun?
Hey! Orin? Is that really you?
Don't worry. I've been keeping tabs on the situation. You go on ahead to the magistrate. I'll meet you there.
LOL, it was in a chest.
Orin looks well. That's good to see. But how's he planning on getting the missing key back to that guy? Couldn't I just hand it over? Better go back and check on them.
Yeah. I guess they're not trying to make the game too complicated, because if you do this and you press the triangle button, it's like a guiding star in the story. So rather than you looking all over the place, you just hit the guiding star to tell you where to go next for the story. So it's not meant to be too complicated of a story. I think it's mostly designed to be a fighting game based on your equipment and of course your elemental setups. How good you are at that rather than searching around.
Now then, have you located my key?
Hey, mister! There's something stuck to your back. Oh, look! I think it's a key. Is this what you were making people look all over town for? Guess it was here all along.
But how did it?
Well, I'm not surprised you didn't notice. Even a magistrate doesn't have eyes on the back of his head.
So that geezer had the key the whole time?
Yeah, alright, but strange that it was in a chest, grinning, squinting face.
Don't tell anyone, but Val actually managed to find the key. I just helped to get back to Passar. Hopefully this way we can all avoid...
There, Karina. Now we can leave the port without any trouble.
Hopefully this hasn't ruined your excitement for the boat ride.
Though Passar will be joining us for the voyage, unfortunately.
I was in trouble back there, so what I mean to say is, thanks.
Come again?
I said, thanks everyone! Jeez, you see what happens when you play nice? You end up running errands for block-headed diplomats.
I wasn't playing nice. I was helping a friend in need. That's all. Plus, I am the Soul Guard. It's my duty to protect the alms from harm, both physical and reputational. I won't let anything happen to you guys.
Fine, whatever you say. Now that all that funny business is over, can we get a move on?
Yeah, we better hurry on to that ship before it departs. That is where you're headed to, right? Come on!
I totally missed when Orin planted the key back on that official. Oh well, at least Karina's in the clear. We should be able to set sail now. Am I missing anything? Better check before getting on the boat.
Hey there! Welcome. What'll it be? You have a good eye. Thank you for your purchase. And again. Hey there! Welcome. again.
Oh no.
This is kind of except this might be useful. Yes. Yes. Taking this. Let me see. Nice. Look, a cactus.
Did the cactus just shit out a star? XD.
Yeah, that should give me a good chunk of money to buy at least one weapon for both my characters. Just need one more chest with one more loot.
Yes.
There's a bit more cash, and I could equip the other two characters for the next journey. So, as far as I could tell, this game is pretty damn good. It's better than I thought.
Got some syrup.
Its intro videos, not so much. I believe Monarch's intro video is pretty badass, so... But as the gameplay is smooth, the combat is smooth, the leveling system feels very much D&D-like. The behavior of the world is very large and far more interesting than D&D with regards to size and design of the world and color of everything, the sky, the trees, the people. Very much kind of like Final Fantasy. So yeah, it feels like a mixture of D&D and Final Fantasy together. Oh, almost forgot to equip.
there. Welcome. What'll it be? You have a good eye. Thank you for your purchase. You have a good eye. Thank you for your purchase. Come again.
The Prim will be leaving the dock shortly. All passengers, please board at your earliest convenience.
We won't be able to come back here for a while once we set sail. Did I forget anything?
This is the second time he said that. Visions of Mana, I believe, is a new game. This is the demo for the Visions of Mana. Yeah, it feels different from Final Fantasy. It feels very much like Chrono Trigger, but it feels very much like D&D. It feels like a combination of different games. Definitely feels like it's meant for everyone, not just for adults or for kids. The simple fact that I could use a waypoint to tell me where things are feels like it was meant for everyone. He says this a second time, so I believe I might have forgotten something. It's a hint that you might be missing something.
All right.
Hey.
We've got what you need. Come again.
Let's use the Meridian to travel. Where to next? Taking this? Taking this?
Hey!
Come.
Yes! Where to next?
The Prim will be leaving the dock.
We won't be able to come back here. Orin, I wasn't expecting that trick of yours. It was pretty risky considering the target.
I like to keep things interesting.
What a coincidence that we meet up again here of all places. You left so suddenly last time.
Sorry about that. You two looked like you had everything covered. Traveling with some new friends, I see.
Yeah, they're Alms too. Karina, the Alm of Wind, and Morley, the Alm of the Moon.
Really? The Alm of the Moon too, huh? Never thought we'd see another one after a Terran fell. Guess I was wrong. Speaking of alms, did you know there was once a time when we didn't have alms as sacrifices?
What? Really? That's weird.
That's the first I've heard of it. And here I thought I'd read every history book in the village.
It probably wasn't written in any of your local texts, Tina. It's a tale from ancient times. The tale of the legendary mana sword of the champion of the mana goddess.
A legendary sword? Now that does sound like a fairy tale.
Exactly. Stories of the goddess's all-powerful sword were passed down from generation to generation. Now it's little more than myth.
So generations ago, the Alms didn't make the pilgrimage? Hard to imagine a time like that.
No alms, no soul guard, no nothing. Back then, things were totally different from what we know today. So how and why did everything change?
I suppose... I never thought about it, really.
Well, that was weird. Orin knows some strange stories. I don't think anyone knows how and why the Alms pilgrimage came about. Or at least, I definitely don't. No use worrying about it now. I should check on the others.
That's because Orin is behaving like the typical rowdy teenager. Not sure how that will play out in the story later on.
Sure.
I do admit something though. The girl, Tina. Or Hina. Oh, that's her name, Hina. Every time I look at any anime character or girl character that's based on this type of hairstyle, it reminds me of Ophelia. I can't help it. It reminds me of Ophelia, and Ophelia is not a good person. It's like I've watched so much anime and played so many games. It's like someone could look like a completely good person, and in another world, in another universe, they're like butt crack freaking evil. So the hairstyle, even though it's represented the hairstyle of a princess in Japanese culture, in another universe, in anime, Ophelia is a psychopath. So it's so weird. That's why I love the diversity of anime. In one world, you could be balanced. In the other world, you could be far to the left and far to the right. In other words, you could be here, fighting for a certain type of justice. It'd be like there's various different colors to the world of anime and game. It's like it's never just one thing. Like in a world, Griffith could be completely evil, which he is in Berserk, but in another, a Griffith is just a bird, like a mystical beast. Granted, they're not exactly said the same type of thing. One is a human, the other is an ancient bird, but it's so weird.
Right.
To see these things, like in certain anime, you would see, or in this game, you would see a guy with this, like, cat ears, but in another universe, he could be a complete nut job. It's strange, but at the same time, it's comforting because you know, nothing is ever limited to one shade of gray. There's diversity in colors, and that's the beautiful part about anime.
Something has upset the water spirits.
And imagination.
The spirits?
Something's wrong. The sky shouldn't look like that.
Huh?
You okay, Hina? The boat's pitching quite a bit.
Val, there's something in the water. I saw it right over there.
Nope, I got it all wrong. I got it all mixed up. Ophelia don't have hairstyle like that. It's the girl from Yo-Yo Girl Cop, the villain.
Careful of the swell of the waves.
Now I remember it. Yo-Yo Girl Cop.
Whoa!
Whoa! Gotta keep it steady.
The ship at this rate.
I won't let it. Carry on from here. Fireball! Feeling good. Okay.
Marina taking over.
I'll deal with this.
I got this. You're mine. You're mine. Feeling good. Just what I need. Come on.
Time to get to work.
I got this.
I'll deal with it.
Go get it! Go get it!
Cool. Well, Anna head to bed. It's late here. Good luck and have fun.
Marina, taking over. Thanks for the help. Feeling right? You saved me. Excuse me. You asked for it.
I got this. Thanks.
Make this many enemies at once?
Take this! Thanks!
I'll deal with this. Thank you.
Marina taking over. Can take your lead. What ruffled its feathers? Thanks for the help.
I'm only just getting started.
Go get it! Go get it! Go get it!
I'll deal with this.
I'll carry on from here.
All right.
I'm only just getting started.
Spirits will answer our
It's
call.
immobilized! Nicely done! Thanks! Here, use this!
Time to get to work.
this. Take this!
Lucas, I'm slowing down!
Now's our chance! I'm only just getting started.
I'll deal with this.
I got this.
You asked for it. Arena taking over.
I got this. Come on. Don't hold back, everyone! This is the final stretch!
Unstoppable. Go get him. Go
Thanks for the help.
Go get him.
I'll carry on from here. Come on!
Arena taking over. Last for it.
I got this. I can still fight.
Arena taking over.
I got this. Just what I need. I can still fight.
You
I'll
asked
carry
for
on
it.
from here.
I'll deal with this. The wind.
Ooh, I thought we were goners for sure. Glad we made it out alive.
Aww. Oh. Hey, welcome. We've got what you need. Come again.
Land ho! Look there! That's got to be the harbor.
Hey, you two. That was some impressive fighting back there.
I told you. Val is the strongest swordsman in our village.
I see that. It was quite a show. Didn't expect that monster to turn into a rock like that, though.
Yeah, sometimes I can turn monsters into stones when I fight them. I don't know why, but it's something I've always been able to do.
I tried researching the topic, but I couldn't find any leads.
Well, maybe it's something you'll never really be able to understand. Another mystery for the history books. The world's full of them. Look there. You can see the Manador continent.
Hina, I promise that I'll never let a monster like that harm you. Ever, okay? I'll protect you.
I know that, silly. It's your job, after all.
Yeah, but even if it weren't...
We're taking the same path tread by hundreds of alms before us. We have to protect the future by journeying to the Mana Tree.
I'll see you safely wherever you need to go. I won't let you down, Hina.
We alms of the Trinia continent, fire, wind, and the moon, cross Talon Strait as we travel to Illistana, capital of the deep. Alms customarily receive blessings from the Queen of Illistana at the rites of initiation, as she prays for their safe passage to the Tree of Mana. It's a time-honored tradition, and an integral part of the pilgrimage. Other alms are meant to meet us in the capital as well. New companions to join our bonded group. But after the destruction of the Earth Village, there is no alm of Earth to make the journey. I fear for the world, now bereft of the blessings of the Earth Elemental. Be that as it may, I can't help the spark of excitement in my heart at the thought of all the new places and friends that await us.
So this is a very interesting demo. Very interesting demo. Compared to every other game I've ever played that falls into this genre, anime-like, D&D-like, Souls-like, anything that has a sword.
Visions of Mana!
Anything that has a sword, anything that has a shield, anything that has a lore, anything that has a story, and have anime attached to it. I would say, where would this fall in line in regards to those things? It doesn't feel as complicated a story as a Final Fantasy story, but it feels more complicated than a D&D video game story. but not as complicated as a D&D board game story. Because in a board game, you could make up characters and make up their journey and destiny through interaction of the board game. So from a board game to an animation or to a video game point, it does a better execution. In many cases, it does a better execution of lore and a story than a D&D video game, or even a actually in the same realm of World of Warcraft, when it's execution of how certain things are done in the lore, not in the story. But the story is better than, I would say, not better than Honkai Star Rail, but better as sequential from scene to scene to scene. So it didn't lose me whatsoever at all. So as a journey and an adventure, it's better than Honkai Star Rail. As in with regards to using weapons and buffs and all other things like that, I would say Honkai Star Rail does it better. But Honkai Star Rail is an MMORPG, where this is not. So this is a game. So in the text of a game, in a fantasy game, that's not like Honkai Star Rail. It's not. It's kind of a mixture of both swords and guns and all type of other stuff. I would say this feels it feels better than Monarch. It feels a little bit better than D&D, but at the same time it doesn't. So where would I put this? I would say this is a purchasable game. This is a game that's worth purchasing. Definitely. The price range will determine whether it's a game that's worthy of its quality, which it is, because its intentions is to do this type of art style. It didn't go the whole Dark Souls art style where everything looks bleak. It's meant to be cheery. And it's not going the Persona art style where everything is meant to be happy, but at the same time have a sense of darkness to it. This is meant to be an adventure, but not in the Final Fantasy realm, in an anime version of what a Final Fantasy adventure is. In other words, consider this to be, if Code Vein was not Souls-like, it would be this. In other words, if you took the bleakness from Code Vein out of it and you made it an adventure rather than a Souls-like, that's what this game would be, or that's what that game would be if it was to be made into an adventure and it wasn't to be dying over and over again. So that's what this feels like. It feels very much like a combination of D&D and very much like a combination of Final Fantasy. It's actually good. It's better than I thought. Visions of Mana is very interesting. The combat is meant to be for everyone, based on the fact that even I thought at certain moments I was going to die, but they give you enough resources to survive in the tutorial. As you go along throughout the story, that might not be the case. So you will have to learn how to manage your resources, get better gear, get better artifact, get better accessories, and see which one buffs each other and synergize with each other better. Now, I don't think synergy is the application in this game. I think is each character has their specific traits that they are able to buff you, but not really synergize. So if you have characters that buffs, and I had one character that buffs, the girl buffed, while the others did throwing damage and fire damage and wind damage. Her sole purpose was to buff your character's damage and buff them to the point of the enemy's weakness. I would say, where would this game fit? Its music is good. Its text is good for what it is. It's an adventure D&D kind of style game. Final Fantasy kind of style game. There's a learning curve behind it, so it's not really meant for kids. Otherwise, kids would have just walked away from this once they realized there's so many things to learn. 4 out of 5. I would say this is a 4 out of 5. I believe if you're thinking about it from the point of view of success, like 4 and 5s are considered success in my book, because they are excelling past their normal state. The normal state of a video game is typically within the 3 category. 1 and 2 are typically bad, 3 is typically good, and anything beyond 3 are considered very good. So this is very good. It's not exceptional, but it's very good. And it's made by Square Enix, so they know about fantasy video game because they've made Final Fantasy. So they knew what the audience want in the realm of a video game, and they wanted to do something that's different from Final Fantasy. So if you're looking for something different from Final Fantasy, but you want to get that Final Fantasy feel, then this game is perfect. So this feels better than, yeah, this feels better than a lot of games currently in the fantasy genre. Now, does this feel better than Persona 5? It doesn't. Does this feel better than Final Fantasy X? It doesn't. Does this feel better than Final Fantasy 15? No, it doesn't. Does it feel better than Suikoden 3? It does. It feels better than Suikoden 3. It actually feels a little bit better than Suikoden 4, which is high praise. If this game is in the realm of Suikoden 4, is high praise. Yeah, it feels around the same area of Suikoden 3, Suikoden 4. Feels a little bit better in Suikoden 3. Actually, no, I think it might be in the same realm of Suikoden 3. It feels just as good as Vagrant Story. It doesn't feel better than basically everything that came after Final Fantasy 6. It doesn't feel better than those, because Final Fantasy 6 set the benchmark with regards to every other Final Fantasy game thereafter. So it doesn't feel better than that, but the world feels much larger than that. So the world building and everything with regards to it feel much larger than Final Fantasy 6, Final Fantasy 8. A lot of Final Fantasy games, it feels much larger. It feels larger than all the first 5 Final Fantasy games, that's for sure. So it's very different. It's taken a different route. It feels like a Monster Hunter world game, but you're not simply fighting monsters. It's an exploration version of it. So it's very good. Now, if I felt like I was getting bored, only at one point did I feel I was being bored. So the bare minimum you would be able to give this game as in points, I would say, would be a 3.5. That's the bare minimum I could see someone giving this game. Like, if you were to be bored of this game and say, this game is boring. 3 to about 3.5. It would fall into the average range, but average, this feels like a lot more effort went into the game than to have it just at a 3. So if you were to give it simply for effort, if you find it boring, but you were going to acknowledge its effort, I would say 3.5. I don't trust anyone who have this game at a 3. I don't trust anyone who has this game at a 3. I'm gonna give this game a 4 But if anyone has this game at a 3 or below 3, or have this in the C range, this game in the C range rather than in the B range, because this doesn't feel like a game in the A range, but it feels like a game in B plus going to A range. But if anyone has this game in the C, you might want to check that person, like, because if they feel bored by it, they might not be into games like this. And if they say, yeah, I'm into games like this is all I've ever played, maybe that's the main reason why they're bored by this, because this is the type of game they only play. They don't take the time to exit this type of world and see other forms of art in different video games. So they wouldn't know how something like this will feel, because all they've ever played was games like this. So you have to beat out what they consider the best in a series. And nothing could be ever top a person's best once they've logged it in. Unless that person, the creator of a video game, is like that person in every way. They only play that specific type of games. But to me, those people are lame-os because they never want to play anything else. Like, how would you know if something is good or not if all you've ever done is that one thing? Like, you know how good things taste in that realm, but how would you know how better something in that realm feels if you've always compared it to what you consider the height in that realm? So any deviation or variant of that thing might not meet to the standards because it's exploring a different route from the route that you used to. And it might not meet that fixture, that nice placement, simply because it's not as thick as that original place. But that's the whole point of variants. They're supposed to be, or differentiated worlds, they're supposed to be things that aren't like anything. They're supposed to be their own entity. So if you're going to compare something to another something in a genre, you have to remember you have to separate yourself from that specific thing. And then when you get into the other thing that's in that same genre, you have to see it with new eyes. Otherwise, you will always be seeing it in conjunction with the thing you've always known, which means you will never be able to let go of the thing you've always known, because you think everything should be like that. And you say, well, if other games can't beat out what I consider my best games, then this is always going to be the best games. And the truth is, someone's always going to be in the #1 spot. That's the truth. Something is always going to be the best, the second best, or the third best. There's always going to be a gold, silver, and bronze. So 1,000 games that come down the road, the next year, and the next year after that, they're not going to be able to beat what you have is in the gold, silver, and bronze category. Ever. Because that's the height of where you thought was the greatest of things. That's why you have to have separate categories, separate universes, where you remove yourself from the thing that I've already achieved the highest pinnacle of my joy in this world, in this realm. That was that. Now I have to move on to the next shelf, which is a different world and a different variant, but it's in the same genre of what is called fantasy, because this is a game in the genre of what is called fantasy. It's not Lord of the Rings, but it's in the same genre. And this is also in the genre of what Dark Souls will be considered. It's not the same type, because this is fantasy, but it's still sword and shield. But it's considered adventure. So you have to know how to remove yourself, because you really can't consider this to be the same as Dark Souls, because Dark Souls is dark. But they're both swords and shields. They're both adventures. They're both actions. You fight big bosses. So you just can't compare Dark Souls game to this, or this to a Dark Souls game. or to Dungeons and Dragons in this, you have to separate them into the world that they belong in, and then compare them to those that are very much kin to this. This means this is a game that feels like it's more for everyone. Check. This is a game that feels like has a certain anime style. Check. This is a game that felt like it's a Square Enix Final Fantasy type game. Check. You have to check off all the things it's related to, and then you separate it from everything else that falls into the genre. Sword and Shield, bad guys, evil people. You have to separate those things, because if you bring them too close, then you're now comparing it to Dark Souls game, which are also Sword and Shield. So you have to give games like this a chance to shine and to see what they have to do. I have this game from anywhere from a 3.5 to a 4, and that's what I'm gonna have it. It's a very good game, very good game. It's better than Monarch to me, even though I know Monarch is not about... Actually, Monarch is kind of about Sword and Shields too. So yeah, very good game.